Have you ever accessed Instagram? Witnessed a person your age purchase a vehicle? Someone starting a business who is younger than you? Someone you've never met leading the kind of life you'd like to have? And all of a sudden your day is ruined. Isn't that strange? No one made fun of you. No one called you a failure. No one told you you weren't good enough. However, a single scroll, a single post, a single moment, all of a sudden, you believe that your efforts are in vain. Greetings from comparison's silent prison. Today, I want to show you why living this way will never make you feel good enough. Why comparison ruins your happiness. And, above all, how to overcome something that has been taking over your life without you even recognizing it. This is the reality of comparison. And it may be the most significant video you view this year. Let's begin with something easy. Social media was not the first platform for comparison. It began on the day that people discovered how to look at one another. They compared your grades at school. They compared your skills in college. Your accomplishments are compared in families. People compare your success in society. Additionally, you compare yourself to others every day, without even realizing it. However, this is what you were unaware of. What they have is not the point of comparison. It has to do with what you believe you are lacking. Why am I not like them? Is the first question that comes to mind when you see someone who is better than you. And as soon as that question arises, you fall into an unwinnable trap. Why? Because something dangerous happens in your mind. It witnesses the finest moments of others and contrasts them with your darkest hours. You contrast their best features with your backstage activities. You contrast their levels of confidence with your fears. You contrast their achievements with your difficulties. You contrast who they are now with your previous self. Nothing is ever equal. It's never fair. Never managed to balance. Comparison hurts so much because of this. Not because people are superior, but because you are persuaded by your own thoughts that you are inadequate. And after you think that, your self-confidence fails you. Your concentration wanes. Your joy wanes. And you cease to value your own life. You lose sight of what you have, because you're too preoccupied with what you don't have. Let's get right to the point. Your brain goes through a process known as reward deprivation. Each time you scroll, it indicates. When you witness someone's accomplishment, your brain gives them a mental reward. However, you receive nothing. You receive no compensation, no advancement, no success. As a result, your brain begins to believe that you are losing. For this reason, after 30 minutes of scrolling, you feel less self-assurance, less output, less joy, less drive, and a lower level of life satisfaction. Then you ask yourself, why am I feeling so depressed for no apparent reason? A reason exists. You're subjecting yourself to a psychological environment in which you consistently fail. In your own mind, you are the only one who never succeeds. Let me now pose a challenging question to you. When was the last time you felt better? After comparing yourself? Never. Because comparison was never meant to make you feel better. It was created to trap you. Comparing prevents you from seeing your own development. You may have grown up. However, you fail to notice. Because someone else is a bit ahead. You may have conquered obstacles that others are unaware of. You don't celebrate it, though, because you're too preoccupied with seeing who is doing better. You may be laying the groundwork for a bright future. You don't value it, though, due to the foundation's invisibility. And only completed buildings are displayed on the internet. For this reason, comparison silently destroys you. This is the most crucial section. You will always compare yourself to yourself. If you do so today, because when you succeed, the comparison doesn't stop. All it does is move the finish line. I'll demonstrate how. When you receive high grades, you contrast yourself with someone who receives higher grades. When you land a job, you contrast yourself with someone who makes more money. When your income increases, you contrast yourself with someone who travels more. When you begin to make physical improvements, you make a comparison with a fitness expert. When you gain self-assurance, you contrast yourself with a more attractive person. When you're at last at peace, you contrast yourself with someone who appears happier. Do you see the pattern? When you succeed, comparisons continue. When you comprehend, comparisons cease. And this is the reality that you must comprehend. There is no such race as the one you believe you are running. You're not running late. You're not in the rear. You're not losing. You're not failing. Because no one else's journey should be the same as yours. Allow me to remind you of something important. If you don't start from the same place, you can't compare journeys. When you don't face the same challenges, it's impossible to compare growth. When your lives are different, it is impossible to compare timing. Your own demons are within you. Your personal wounds. Your personal struggles. Your personal goal. Your own route. How, then, can you compare a path that was intended for you alone? Consider two seeds that were sown in various types of soil. One grows quickly. One slows down. Sunlight is present every day. Storms hit the other. One quickly grows into a lovely little plant. The other fights, breaks, grows, and lives, until one day, that slower plant becomes a giant tree, deeper and stronger, more powerful, more significant. They both grew. They both survived. Both were worthwhile. However, if the slower one continued to compare itself, it would never have known how strong it was becoming. In the shadows, you are that. You're developing in ways you're not yet aware of, in ways that aren't yet apparent. You're growing stronger. You're changing in ways that will only become apparent in the future. But if you continue to focus on the development of others, you will never notice any of this. Comparisons are not broken by coercion. By being aware of it, you break it. Here are 5 effective ways to permanently avoid this trap. Step 1. Reduce your exposure to items that make you compare. If someone makes you feel behind, unfollow them. You compare yourself to mute people. Whenever you feel overburdened, take a 24-hour break. You don't have to see everything. You must safeguard your mental health. Step 2. Replace people with progress. Don't inquire what makes them superior. Ask yourself, am I better than I was last month? Instead of comparing yourself to their present, compare yourself to your past. You can only win. This comparison. Step 3. Show appreciation for what you already have. Comparison is ruined by gratitude. Why? Because the more you value your life, the less appealing someone else's life appears. Every night, write down what you discovered, what you made better, what you managed to survive, what you were able to accomplish. When you intentionally look at your life, it becomes beautiful. Recognize that everyone is silently struggling. In Step 4. Step 04. No one's life is as ideal as you may believe. Wealthy people are lonely. Beautiful people are insecure. Successful people are under stress. Those who have followers feel empty. Confident people suffered. You're contrasting your truths with the acting of another person. Step 05. Create your own definition of success. Not the version of society. Not the Instagram version. It's not your parents' version. Not the version your friends have. Your own. What sort of life are you looking for? What sort of happiness are you looking for? What sort of tranquility are you looking for? Comparison loses all meaning when you define your own success. Pay close attention. You're not behind. You're not less. You're not failing. You're not late. You're not missing out. You're on your own. A path that was intended only for you. A journey that only you will eventually comprehend. A journey with lessons that only you require. Joy is stolen by comparison, but peace is created by self-awareness. You begin to live when you quit comparing. You don't have to emulate them. You don't have to defeat them. You don't have to be as good as them. All you have to do is transform into the person you were destined to be. And that individual is already developing within you. Slowly. In silence. With strength. Have faith in your path. Everything is proceeding precisely as it should.